Can
Thank
I
you.
proceed?
Thank you.
Yeah. I think what I was asking before is, isn't it a security problem that someone can enter gems, print, otherwise work with gems, and you don't know which person?
Yes.
Are you aware, as I'm sure you are, that, but let me ask you, are you aware that Microsoft Access can be used to enter the back door of gems and tamper with the data without the necessity of using a password?
Could you explain backdoor?
Okay. Let me ask you this. Can, if you're using another computer, can you utilize Microsoft Access? You know what Microsoft Access is, don't you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Can you use that to enter gems without using a password?
No.
No. Okay. Why not?
Because GEMS software is, I think it's a mistake of what you're entering.
Okay. You can enter the gems data files, can you not, sir?
You can enter the GEMS MDB files, but I say no to the GEMS software by
What-
using Access.
What's an MBD file?
It's a database file.
Okay. So, and if one enters that database, you can flip votes, can you not?
Can you explain flipping of votes?
Do you know what the term flipping votes means?
Can you explain it to me?
Well, first, I'd like to know if you're familiar with that term, which I believe is commonly used in the election environment. If you're not, I will explain it to you.
Please explain it to me.
Yeah. Okay. For instance, you could, if the data shows that candidate number 1 has a certain number of votes, and candidate number 2 is listed, that you can alter the position, put candidate 2 up where candidate 1 is and move candidate 2 down, and therefore it'll show different vote totals for those candidates by switching their positions.
So, let me make sure I got this right. That what you're saying is in MS Access you can go in and change the candidate's ID number? Or are we talking about the candidate's votes?
Votes, not the ID number, but the placement on the vote tables. You just take one candidate, put him up another place, put the other candidate here, and it'll show that they flipped the totals.
So are you swapping IDs, or are you swapping candidate names or votes for the candidates? There's various things that can be done in a table. I'm just trying to understand exactly what we're flipping.
Yeah. I believe that what you do is change the placement of the candidates, and it changes their recorded totals.
Okay, so we're changing the placement by changing the number on where it's placed on the ballot itself.
No, I'll help you. You don't understand what I'm talking about, right?
I have an idea of what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but when you refer to flipping votes,
Yeah.
I assumed you were taking votes and reorganizing the totals. of votes. But you're indicating that we're doing it using the candidate's name. So you're basically saying is that candidate A becomes B and B becomes A? So the votes for candidate B go to candidate A?
Here's, you know, I'll do my best. I'm a lawyer. You're
That's
the
all right.
computer.
That's all right.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
So we got an election between Smith and Jones.
Yes.
Smith's got 4,000 votes. Jones got 3,000.
Yes.
Now, so what I'm saying is that you can take and put Jones' name up here, and you put Smith's name down here, and suddenly Jones would have 4,000 and Smith 3. Can you do that?
I've never done it myself.
Yeah. But it can be done, can it?
In an MDB file, a lot can be done.
Yeah.
Now, whether it can go back in GEMS, I don't know. Because you can take data like an Excel table and move whatever you want.
Sure.
Now, whether the core program can read it again, I have no idea.
And don't you know that if you flip those totals, that not only does it change the totals, but the software will automatically change every single precinct reporting. Are you aware of that?
The way a candidate is placed into a table,
Yeah.
that sounds correct.
Now, you've yourself used Microsoft Access to enter GEMS to add data, haven't you?
No.
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 You never have?
No.
How about in 1996? You think you did it in 1996?
Not the way you're phrasing the question, no.
Yeah, okay. So in 1996, do you recall whether you had to merge some punch card data with Depo data because Pima County was using a blended system?
It was global, and yes.
Okay.
It was not Depo at the time. It
Okay.
was global.
It was GEMS.
Yes, it was GEMS.
And you entered GEMS. And did you use Microsoft Access to enter GEMS?
No.
Okay. You used your password?
No.
No? How did you do it? Just one second. Okay. So maybe,
But Bill,
sure, my question is
I'm going to
accurate.
object again, Bill. You are so far off the mark. 1996 has nothing to do with the 2006 reports. Either you can find that, or I would be more than happy to go to the judge at this point in time.
Okay. So we'll be clear. You
I'm going to ask that you confine yourself to questions related to the 2006 reports and anything reasonably associated therewith. 1996 is not reasonably associated therewith. You're building a case for something entirely different.
you can instruct him not to answer. It's an option you have if you want to
I
utilize
understand
that.
what my options are, and I also have an option to call the judge. And I'll be happy to do that. Now, do you want to go back to relevant information and deal with the reports at issue?
Yeah, I think that's a permissible area of inquiry.
I don't believe it is.
question, I said Jim's and said Jim's data file. Corrected, I should have.
I
But
assume you're referring to the MDB file.
yeah,
Yes.
and